Welcome to Freeling's 2020 Take Me to the Show. I'm Mark Harris and I'll be walking you through our booth. So now we're going to talk about the colanders. We're going to be here in this area with this camera for a couple of minutes. Here we've got three different size colanders. You've got the large, the medium, and the small. What's different with these, you can see right off the bat, is you've got lots of small holes. So those are really cool for having an efficient, the water flows out of these about as fast as you put it in. So it's great at filtering and to rinse goes really quick. You've got a flat bottom here so that it's not going to move around or try to roll around on your countertop or in the sink. 18/8 stainless steel, nice flanged handles, and very smooth bottom as well. We've got stainless steel containers here. You see these in the new product brochure. There are 4 per unit, per box, so they're sold in 4s. You've got the plastic lid that peels off. What's really cool about these guys too is they stack. So it's 18/8 stainless. They're stackable, perfect for putting that dry rub together, all the contents. It's great. I'm going to be using these quite a bit. They're going to be going home with me. Next, to hold with our container story, we've got 2 containers. We've got this rectangular borosilicate glass, thick cross section. You've got a plastic lid, 4 hooks. You've got a nice silicone seal here that makes it watertight, liquid tight, or let's say liquid proof, airtight. Here we've got the round version of that. What I really like about these is we have lots of leftovers at home, and those leftovers, I hate to put 4 ounces of something in a 24-ounce container. So with these small containers, it really is convenient, and you don't lose you're not losing so much space in your refrigerator. You can see here we've shifted over to the CDUs. This is the way that they are shipped, and this is the way that we actually have them priced in the new product brochure and on the price list, so that each CDU holds 16 pieces. Next, we have our pomegranate de-seeder. Now, if anybody's ever tried to de-seed a pomegranate so that they can eat the pomegranate seeds, you'll know exactly why something like this is the best thing since sliced bread. Basically, the function of this is you cut the pomegranate in half and you put the half here with the pomegranate seeds facing down, the round part up, and you hit it with a spoon or anything hard, and believe it or not, the pomegranate seeds fall right out of that spongy core and right into the container here. You've got a glass window so you can see exactly what the volume is of the seeds that you've knocked out of here. And it's also multi-purpose. You flip the lid over and you can see that you've got a nice raised section here that you can do citrus with, grapefruits, oranges, and limes. Here you've got a pouring spout that has a nice grate so that let's say if you do that with the citrus, that you don't get a lot of the pulp or large seeds won't flow out into the container that you're pouring this into. Next, we've got the rolling pin, and what makes this rolling pin unique is the fact that you've got rings here on the edge that clip on and off and are used in order to determine the thickness of the dough, so that you can rotate it here. I'm directly against the top of the table. If I take this red ring out, and you can see it gives you the measurement there, 1/8 of an inch. So you take that and you just slide it on the outside edge of the rolling pin here, and you put it over the dough and you roll it out. Your dough thickness isn't going to be any thicker than 1/8 of an inch. So Eric, I'm thinking King Arthur. But for everybody else, we can also, this is available to everyone. But Eric, I'm thinking King Arthur. So you've got the red, white, and blue spacers that go on it. They clip on and off. I've done this about 100 times already, and it's still working. So it is definitely mark proof. Next, we're going to the candy thermometer. You don't see these everywhere. It's a nice retro look. You've got the Fahrenheit down this side, the Celsius down this side, and you've also got lots of really interesting points here, like it says soft ball, soft crack, hard crack. These are references to sugar because as you cook sugar, it loses moisture, and as it loses moisture, the melting temperature actually goes up. So depending on exactly what type of candy you want to make, your time and temperature matter a lot. So it helps the novice keep track of that. Also, what is really cool about this is you've got a slide that moves up and down so that you put it on the side of your pot and you position it so that no more of the thermometer than needs to be in the sugar is in the sugar. So really cool new item there. Now we're going to switch over to the gondolas, and we spoke about the Leonardo. We're one shelf below that is our Fan Man. Yes, the Fan Man are back. So we've got two different colors here. We've got the classic color, which is your yellow, red, black, green, and then we also have the trend colors here. So you've got brick, gold, white, and gray. So these are available early April. Go ahead and get your orders in early. We know how well these guys sell. I was extremely surprised when we brought them in the first time and we saw how well they sell through, especially the summer months. So don't hesitate to go ahead and get these on order. Now we're going to go one shelf down, and we've got our mortars and pestles are back. This is the Goliath with a little bit of an updated look. It is a little bit gray. It's more gray and not as polished on the outside, but the form and function is exactly the same. Our friends that do a lot of the kitchen reviews, Cooks Illustrated, has picked this as their top mortar and pestle, and we did a lot of work with them over the fall of last year, and if it hasn't already been selected, it's going to come up as their number one again. So there's going to be a lot of demand out there for this. And we've got the Giant right beside it, also one of the best mortars and pestles. And you've got the classic green polished finish, where on the Goliath you've got more of a updated flat matte finish. Next, we're going to go up here and we're going to switch gears to the teapots. This is our Primo teapot. You guys know this teapot from the catalog. We've had this for as long as I've been here, at least 5 years. The difference with this guy is now it's available in a brushed finish too. So we've got the original with the polished finish, and now we have the brushed finish. And they all come with your micro etched tea infuser and a nice lid. So 3 different sizes for this. Now we go to the serving board. This is brand new. We had the mango serving board that you know from last year. It had the line of bark here. This is from acacia wood. This is 17.5 inches long, 7.5 inches wide, and about 1 inch thick. I'm going to put this under the detail camera so that you can really see some of the highlights of it. Here you can see with this acacia wood, it really is all about the grain and the color. It's the grain is super well defined. It even has kind of an African look to it, which you would expect with the acacia itself. So this serving board is available in 2 different sizes. Next, we're going to talk about the Zassenhaus Mango Coasters. So this, you've got 4 coasters here. They're about roughly 4 inches in diameter. They're about 1/2 inch thick. Great for, like we said, coasters, and also they can be used for small, if you're entertaining, if you wanted to have a small appetizer, individual appetizer or dessert, this is a great piece for that also. Next, we're going to talk about ice, and this is the two of our new ice pieces. This is the bottom where you fill them up. They're made out of silicone. It's a two-piece construction. This is the front side. So here, this is Cranio. It's a little edgy, fun skulls. I mean, what kid doesn't like skulls in their skull ice cubes in their glass? Well, not just kids, adults too. So we've got the Cranio. You get four. You can make four of these at a time. Here, this is the sphere. We're naming it the Quattro because there are four. And what makes this unique is a sphere is considered the best shape for ice cubes to cool bourbon and whiskeys because of it doesn't water them down, and it still keeps them cool at a rate that allows you to drink it without, or let's say the rate of melting matches the pace that you're drinking it. So these are two really cool new items concerning ice. And to that end, we're going to talk about the new ice crusher. I say the new ice crusher, it's really, wait a minute, we've got a question. What is the special heat treatment? Okay, on the, as I understand it, the special heat treatment on the mango, especially on the items with the bark, is to keep the bark and to keep that completely intact. So it somehow on the surface will, it bonds, it closes the, Bernard, can you switch cameras? Yeah, so the heat treatment will close the surface pores of the wood, especially on the bark. Here, we've got on this mango, and I'll go back to the detailed camera. I'll move the ice crusher out of the way. And yeah, as I understand it, this heat treatment basically seals the surface, and with more of a sealed surface, and you can feel that they're a little bit smoother than you would expect with bark. But with that sealed surface, it keeps the bark from peeling off and cracking and doing the aging and basically peeling off. That's it's done, I think, with a special kind of a torch and I think accelerated air also. So now we're going to talk about the ice crusher. Here, since we're talking about ice, now I crushed this ice about 2 hours ago, but I wanted to show you, to give you an idea of what happens when you run it through the ice crusher. You can see how it's fused. I know a lot of you guys who came to our rep conference, one of our rep conferences a couple of years ago, we showed this item. Since then, Cilio has updated it, so we brought it back. You've got rust-free stainless steel ice crushers, metal teeth on the interior. You've got these acrylic pieces across the top that hold the ice cube up while the metal pieces come down and crush them. So it's a fun item for our ice connoisseurs. It's really, if you like crushed ice, then this guy's your best friend. Okay, next we're going to talk about pepper mills. And here is the Zassenhaus Berlin in olive wood. These guys are very, very attractive. It's the only way that you can say it. The olive wood, when you see it in person, you see the grain, the colors, the mixture. Olive wood, there's a reason why olive wood is so popular. And these salt and pepper mills kind of capture that, the essence of that perfectly. They use the Zassenhaus mechanism so that you've got, it's adjustable from 1 to 6. And what I've done to kind of give you a better idea of what that really means is we put these on a plate. This is your 1 here. This is your 2. And when I say 1 and 2, I'm talking about the settings on the bottom of the ceramic grinding mechanism. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. And you can see what this does is it's always the same every time. So you've got that number, you set it on 6, it's always going to give you the same consistency and the same size grains. You set it on 1. Basically, with Zassenhaus, I've figured out that for pepper, I like 3, and for salt, I like 1. So it's a really nice, and another really cool point with the Zassenhaus, and since this is the last one, I can do it without messing things up. But with Zassenhaus, with every twist, you get something that comes out. I mean, it is every twist. You get the salt, you get the pepper. Here, you can't really see that salt. Let's do it with the pepper. I'm doing this on 2. And so having just done the 6, there, it really comes out well. I mean, it's the same every time. So with the Zassenhaus, if you haven't tried the Zassenhaus salt and pepper meals, I would ask you to pull your samples out, and if you don't have any samples, let us know. We'll get those to you, but they really are excellent, excellent meals. Okay, now we're going to talk about Sinker, and the you'll notice in the new product brochure that it is mislabeled as, I think, Küchenprofi, but this is coming from Sinker. These are, take note, Eric, great for King Arthur and any other store that's going to be selling muffin liners or cupcake papers. It is made from cacao shells, so it's completely recyclable. It can be composted. You can't do that with a lot of the other cupcake papers and muffin liners. So that's something that makes these special. There's 40 per box, and you can see here that the box hangs on the hook. Okay. So now we're going to come back over to this shelf and show you some more of the pepper meals. We've decided to go into, let's say, to expand the assortment for acrylic pepper meals and salt meals. And this is what you're seeing here. And you see this in the new product brochure as well. So we've got several different sizes. My favorite is this guy. You've got the 4 prongs. It reminds me of kind of a retro look for, you see these types of faucets in, or let's say the handles for a lot of faucets and spigots in homes, older homes. So, really cool. They've got personality. They've got a really good price point, $20 up to $40, and a complete assortment. So acrylic meals are getting harder to find, so we're bringing them back. Now, we've got 2 items left besides the timers that you guys saw, so the timers will be last. But here we've got 2 new colors for our citrus presses. We've got the cool gray and the cream. They're the same citrus press that we have, let's say design-wise, they're exactly the same. What's new with these guys are the colors, cool gray and cream. And here, we've got the timers so that you can see this is the cool gray, and this is the same exact color that we had with the on the citrus press that you just saw. Here is our olive drab, or olive. I just added the drab. It's not drab, it's glossy. Here we've got the navy blue, and here we have teal. And so these timers, just like everything else, we've all been very pleased and surprised at how popular these timers are. We're going to be doing trainings twice a month for both stores and reps. So this is something, if you want to go ahead and join Vimeo, we're going to be using that platform, and we'll be doing this a lot more throughout the year. And you can actually, if there's something that you want to see demoed, then let us know, and we can set up a demo for you in our test kitchen, which is right down the hall that way. And it's, I think it's just a great platform to transfer the knowledge, and it's such a difference seeing the items in use, being used, using them yourselves versus seeing a picture in a catalog and trying to talk about something that you haven't necessarily already used or seen used. So thanks for tuning in, and we really appreciate this.